Welcome to the College Boulevard Activity Center. Tonight we have a matchup between the Olathe Northwest Ravens and the Olathe West Owls. I'm Ben Whitney here alongside Rosie Klausner. So Rosie, what can we expect from tonight's Sunflower League matchup?
I think this is going to be a it's not going to be a tough matchup, but Olathe West is a new school, so they have some new traditions to start, and they've got some tough competition out for them tonight.
Olathe Northwest has won 4. They haven't lost any, and they've tied 2 games, and West is 2-2 so far in the season. Now there's a little change this year in the Sunflower League. There are now 2 divisions in the league. So there's the 5 Olathe schools, Leavenworth and Gardner, play in one division, and then the 5 Shawnee Mission schools, Lawrence and Lawrence Free State, in the other division. And then those 2 first place teams will play each other for the league championship, and then the 2 second place teams will play for third place. So that's a change that they've implemented this year, which might change the outcome for the league championship. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Yes, that'll be very interesting. I did not hear about that, so I think that's a good change. Olathe West has a very young team this year. They have no seniors, but they do have a few juniors, and they mostly consisted of freshmen and sophomores. They have 7 freshmen and 4 sophomores so far that are pretty good leaders on the team.
Looks like 1 junior, 2 juniors. Not too many. They're definitely a younger team, and I mean that's kind of what you expect from a brand new school that opened this year. And then I think in the coming years, once they start bringing more students through the school, they're definitely going to have the chance of being a really good program.
Okay, so just go ahead and pan down a little bit.
Olathe West with possession.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. You got to move fast with the ball. So. Let's go the other way. Yeah.
Oh, now Olathe Northwest position, dribbling down the field.
Maybe zoom out just a tad so maybe it's a little easier.
But just out of bounds, and I think it'll be a Olathe West ball.
Yeah. Right there. Swim your little thirds. There you go. So yeah, you might want to move it.
Oh, Olathe Northwest
nice.
possession. Cross into the middle. Oh, but blocked by Olathe West. Olathe West is going to have a tough competition cut out for them tonight.
Yeah, we have a very old, very talented Olathe Northwest team. They've been playing together. Some of these guys have been playing together for years and years. We have a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, and a couple sophomores and a freshman. So definitely a very skilled team in Olathe Northwest.
Looks like it's a corner for Olathe Northwest. Caleb Ragland, I think, is taking it. Into the top of the box. Header, and oh, that was a good chance to score. But I think this might be... Oh, maybe it's not. Penalty, maybe.
And that was a nice save by the Olathe West goalie to save a goal right there.
The Olathe West goalie is a freshman, Ryan Sauter. I think he's a huge leader on the team considering he's a goalie. Looks like Olathe Northwest is on the other side of the field, defending. A large kick down to the other end of the field, but Chase Kuzman just cannot get to that ball. Let's see now, Olathe West possession. I think John Lindsay will take that and settle up with his kick or throw.
Haley. I already hear the angry viewers.
Chase Klusman just tried to battle that ball, but it'll be a Olathe North throw in on the close side.
Cashman's going to throw it in.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
And Braden Beard's going to head it down there, but there's no one down there for Northwest, and West has possession.
I think Olathe Northwest just got the possession back. They can keep it in bounds. Now back to the defense to Eric Cooksey. Now off to Braden. I think that's Ryan Cookbush, maybe? Maybe not.
Braden Beard. There's Kolopek.
He's a strong leader for Olathe Northwest.
Oh, yeah. Very talented player.
Update on Jake's health. He's good. He's got some good. Mountain Dew. Happy.
Cross into the middle for Chase Klusman,
Oh.
but he is just short.
Oh,
Almost another cross back into the middle, but the goalie for Olathe West, Ryan Sauter, just caught that ball.
Klusman was really close to that kick. Couldn't quite get his foot on it.
I think that working on crosses for the offense is a really important part of the game.
Mm-hmm. And Zane Kolopek's going to kick it back to Lindsay.
Down the field. Oh, looks like Leif Johnson with the ball. Chase Klusman looking for a shot, and Leif Johnson, is just over the goal for the a long shot from about the 30-yard line, maybe.
Yeah, he had a good look at it. Just a little too high.
Looks like it's a goal kick for Olathe West.
West will cross midfield. Number 3, Henry Curnow with the kick over to number 11, Angel Sanchez, and that's going to be out of bounds.
It'll be Olathe Northwest goal kick. Or maybe it's a free kick for a penalty, maybe? That gets to about midfield, and Chase Klusman tries to head that back the other way, but Olathe Northwest has possession, has a good run down the field, made a good fake off to the right side. Back on Olathe Northwest defensive side, and John Lindsay will take that. Looks like it'll be Olathe West ball, I think. Looks like Olathe West will shift to the other side, but I think Sam Cashman battles that ball, but I think it'll be a penalty on Cashman. The Olathe West ball.
It's a little late of a call. And West is going to bring it around the other side again. Uh-oh. And Klusman with a nice kick!
And it's in for the first goal of the game in about the 8th minute.
Wow. And he was in stride. He had an opening.
That was a great opportunity. That was a great goal.
Mm-hmm. Excellent job by Klusman there.
I knew he would get a chance to try and score. That was a good goal by him.
A little slow, but yeah, we're just watching the replay. Just go a little faster. Hey, Mr. Cooper.
Olathe West has some work cut out for them now since they're down 1.
We gotta get the commentators to stretch out the word goal for about 15 seconds.
Olathe West kicks the ball about to the 20-yard line, but I think it's probably just going to be out of bounds maybe. Nope,
Oh, gonna save
saves it. Oh, going to be out of bounds and Olathe West ball, excuse me.
How loud are the cheerleaders? I can hear them so clearly.
I think it's back to Olathe Northwest ball. I think we're having maybe, oh, not a substitution. Back to Olathe Northwest ball. They just kick it out of bounds.
Gonna bring it out to Evan Kolopek. He's gonna bring it back over to his brother, Zane Kolopek. And he's gonna bring it over to Braden Beard, but he's not gonna be able to keep that in bounds.
I think the refs are having some type of conversation about maybe a foul, or I'm not really sure what's going on. Or it's a kick. It's not a throw-in, it's a kick, apparently. Maybe Olathe Northwest had a minor mistake there. Braden Beard sprinting to battle that ball. Gets it,
Oh, wow.
working on a cross, and I think it'll be a Olathe Northwest corner kick.
That's a great footwork by Beard.
And I think that'll be Grant Gertson taking the kick.
Yeah, looks like it.
This is another great opportunity for anybody who's trying to score to get one in. It's low. Olathe West blocks it. Now running to get the out of bounds ball. Olathe Northwest. Oh, some physical activity going on. And I think it'll be a Olathe West ball.
Raglan getting a little physical there, trying to get possession of the ball.
Sometimes you have to be physical to try and get possession. It's a huge rivalry now between Olathe West and Olathe Northwest.
Leaf Johnson has it now. He's going to bring it over to Raglan. He'll be back to West and back to Olathe Northwest. Back to West again, and they're going to go down the field on the far side.
And they're just out of bounds. I think it'll be Olathe Northwest ball. Looks like Zane Kalipek with the ball in the back. Now to Leif Johnson. Now to Chase Klusman, making some footwork around the Olathe West defender. But Olathe West just barely blocks from Chase Klusman's pass. Out of bounds on the right side. It'll be ONW ball.
Looks like that's number 8, Dylan Cooper, throwing it in for ONW.
I think we have an Olathe West substitution. I can't see, but I think it looks like I'm not sure who's taking the throw in.
Here, Cooksey with possession now.
Chase Klusman with the ball, with the shot, and oh, it was
Wow.
just wide on the right side of Chase Klusman's shot into the goal.
He's had a couple good shots so far.
And it's only, let's see, it's only 13.
12 minutes in,
Yeah,
13.
12 minutes into the game. Leif Johnson trying to get possession, but I think it'll be a Olathe Northwest ball. Sam Cashman with the throw in. Large down the field to Chase Klusman, almost with the header to the cross into the middle, and trying to get something in and going. Chase Klusman with the ball, trying to get something going into the goal, but Olathe West blocks it just in enough time. Sam Cashman just on the edge of the out of bounds line, but I think it'll be Olathe West ball.
Oof.
Cheerleaders almost got in with the ball. Maybe they can show some of their skills. Leif Johnson trying to get a cross in, but he'll be blocked by Olathe West. Looks like Zane Kalapak on the. Oh, and it'll just be out of bounds. Looks like Sam Cashman on the nice footwork, but I think it'll be a penalty on Cashman. It'll be a Olathe West ball. They've got a good chance to score here, but
nice kick.
it'll be just above the goal post, and it'll be John Lindsay with the kick.
I think that was number 10, Luke High. That kick. That was right over the top of the goal. It's like one of ONW's kicks early on, right over the goal.
Luke High, I think, is a huge leader for Olathe West. He's a captain for Olathe West. He'll be after guiding around this team this whole game.
Yeah, we have pretty good, decent-sized student sections here for both schools.
Looks like Olathe Northwest possession on the right side. Trying to look for a cross. Few footwork skills into the middle, but the goalie, Ryan Sauter, just got easily a hold of that. That was some great give and go work right there by Olathe West, but looks like it'll be a penalty on Olathe Northwest, even though they fell. Looks like it'll be a good opportunity for West.
Oh, nice steal. Oh, and it's going to take right back, but they're back on the other side now.
Eric Cooksey with the give and go. Great to, looks like.
Oh, Brock Baker, he takes it tumble.
Looks like it'll be Zane Kalapek with the free kick. Trying to see what his play here is. I think he might be trying to get down on the into the box where Chase Klusman and Brock Baker are. Leif Johnson with the ball, but just gets a little tripped up. Ryan Kickwich with the ball on the right side. Almost a Chase Klusman. Now Chase Klusman has the ball. Cross to the middle, but it looks like Braden Beard is a little too far left on the wing. Great battle and defending by Olathe Northwest and trying to keep possession. And it looks like an ONW kick, maybe a penalty on Olathe West.
Looks like it. It's number 15, David Hepting.
Olathe Northwest throw in by, let's see, David Heptig. And he'll do a second throw in. This will be a good opportunity for ONW to score. Chase Klusman with the ball. Now David Heptig trying to cross, but the ref blows the whistle, and it looks like it'll be an Olathe Northwest free kick. It's just outside of the box on the left side.
This could get dangerous. See what Grant Gertzen decides to do here.
Looks like the ref is walking off his 10 yards that the other team gets to block it off. All right, here we go. Cross into the middle, and oh, I think that was Leif Johnson maybe to try and get that header in, but I think he was just a little too high.
If they're going for a field goal, he would have got it.
He would have definitely gotten that field goal. Looks like Ryan Sauter is trying to push up his defense to try and get something going, because he really needs to try and get something up the field and score. And it looks like he kicks this ball almost to halfway the midpoint of the field, but Olathe Northwest will not gain position. It's kind of a cross between both. I've seen possession on both sides of the field so far. It's pretty been back and forth. It hasn't been one way or the other yet.
We've seen a lot more shots on the goal though from ONW so far.
Yes. The Olathe Northwest defense has a very strong back line, so I think that they'll have a tough time to trying to get something going. Now Olathe West has possession just around midfield. Passes up onto the left side. Ryan Kickbush cannot get to that ball. Trying to block Olathe West from across. Kicks it into the middle of the field to Evan Kalipek. Now Chase Kuzman has the ball just at about the 40-yard line. A nice give and go from
David Gertzen was there.
Oh, looks like it might be a penalty, but it'll end up being a Olathe West ball. Oh no, it's a throw in, Olathe West.
They got their owl mascot on there. Welcome to my world.
Olathe West trying to get something going, but Eric Cooksey defends them off the ball. Now Zane Kalipek should try and get something up to Grant Gertzen. Now Grant Gertzen has the ball. Back to Eric Cooksey in the middle, but Olathe West regains possession. Don't know how that was not a penalty. Now onto the other side. Olathe West trying to get something on the other side, but I think it'll just be out of bounds. And it'll be Olathe Northwest throwing from Ryan Kickbush. Ben, do you think this is a huge change for Olathe Northwest in the Sunflower League? But since there's two divisions now, do you think this is a huge change?
You know, I honestly think it'll depend year to year. You know, you look at the teams and how, you know, solid we've seen these teams are in the past years, as that one is very, very close. But I think specifically for ONW, it could be an advantage or it could be a disadvantage. I mean, you're still playing against the four other Olathe schools, and you have Leavenworth and Gardner, and then Shawnee Mission and the Lawrence schools are split off into the other leagues. So I think we'll have to wait and see this first year, see how it goes, and then I think in future years we'll kind of have a better idea of how it's going to affect ONW in the long run.
Will the divisions be the same for every year? Will the Olathe schools be the Shawnee Mission schools in another year, or will it stay the same with Leavenworth and Gardner and all the Olathe schools?
What I was told is that they're going to stay the same. Now that I guess that could change. I mean, they just made this change this year, so they could always change it to something else, I guess. But we'll have to see.
Looks like offsides from Chase Clemson is just barely offsides, and I think that'll be a kick for Olathe West. Foot skills is very important on defending the ball and trying to get something up going on the field. And I've seen a lot of foot skills from both teams to try and move around defenders and offensive players, but I think that'll be now Olathe Northwest ball. Sam Cashman with the throw-in.
We're going to get all the way down to Chase Klusman. West defender fell down.
Cross into the middle to, I think that's Brock Baker battling it out with the Olathe West defender. Tries to get a shot in, and he fell down, and don't know how that was not a penalty.
Yeah, no call.
Grant
Back again.
Gertson
Ooh.
just left of the goal and so close to a goal on that one touch in. That would have been a great play.
We've seen so many good shots from ONW already, and they only have one goal, but definitely beaten out West with their shots on goal so far.
Grant Gertson with some heavy. Chase Klusman should have taken a little bit more time on his shot. It looks like he might have kicked the ball with the outside of his foot. That leads to a high and right kick. Looks like it'll be Olathe West. Ryan Sauter taking the kick. Looks like Olathe West with the ball now. But I think Olathe Northwest will gain possession again.
Oh.
Chase Klusman could have gotten that touch and he would have been in for a goal, but too much power, I think, on that kick.
You might have thought there was another ONW player behind him.
Miscommunication, but I think that'll be okay. I haven't seen much play from the closer side on Olathe West for Olathe West, but I think that'll ball be just out of bounds and it'll be Olathe Northwest ball.
We've seen most of the play, at least on the Olathe West half side of their field, has been mostly on the far side, not on this near side, so haven't really brought it down here too much.
Looks like it'll be Sam Cashman to take that throw in. Looks like Olathe Northwest just subbed in a few players.
And ONW has a lot of speed too, like Caleb Ragland right there came out of nowhere to contest that. So
it always helps when you have fresh legs to try and get something going towards the end of the game, because Chase Klusman in one of the other games, it was against Olathe East. He just ran out of juice to try and get another goal in before the end of the game. This Olathe West defense has done a lot of work on this end of the field.
man, yeah, these refs are pretty lenient so far in this game. I guess as long as you're lenient on both sides, not really a big deal.
Oh, that was a good attempt to try and get a. And it looks like now Caleb Ragland with the cross maybe into the middle, but just blocked by Olathe West. It looks like Sam Cashman will take another throw in. Now Zane Kalipek trying to get to the ball, trying to get something offensive going. Caleb Ragland with the shot, but blocked by Ryan Sauter. And that'll just be out of bounds, and I think it'll be a corner for Olathe Northwest.
What a save, though.
That was an awesome save. That was a great eye-hand coordination with his foot. And it looks like Caleb Ragland will take that corner. Low cross into the middle, but blocked by Olathe West, and I think it'll be another corner. He needs to get this one up in the air so they can do something with it. That was a
There you
much
go.
better kick up into the air, and Sam Cashman up into the middle. Olathe West kicks it just out of bounds. Nope, not out of bounds yet. All right, let's see. Now we have. Can't see. Maybe that's a defensive Olathe Northwest. It looks like now it'll be a Olathe West ball. Maybe a penalty on Olathe Northwest. Looks like Evan Kalbeck has taken a lot of initiation to try and get his team going. Tell them where to go. Tell them move left, move right. And that's a really big. Those are some big shoes to fill to try and get some of these guys going.
Well, communication is key.
Definitely a huge part of the game.
So if you have someone like Kalipek that's able to lead them well, then that's definitely a positive part of your overall team performance.
Luke High is a captain for Olathe West, and I think he is number 10, and he will have a lot of work cut out for him tonight. Chase Klusman at the almost the top of the box. Oh, not Chase Klusman. And that's Leif Johnson. And he's almost there. He was so close to trying to get that into the left corner
My
of
goodness.
the goal.
That's just good defensive play by West right there. Last stand.
That'll be tough for Olathe West next half if they run out of their defense. If they run out of energy to try and keep going on this Olathe North offense, that's something dangerous they need to look out for. Zane Kalipek with the kick. Now to Evan, his brother. Trying to get something down the field, and it looks like Braden Beard with the ball.
Beard has it.
Now to, let's see, Grant Gertson. Now to Caleb Ragland. And I think that'll be a corner for Olathe Northwest on the other side.
Grant Gertson to take the Raven corner. Okay, another corner kick. So why don't you tilt them a little bit?
This is what I think a lot of the guys' teams work on is corners and trying to get a goal into the trying to get a goal in. But I think there's a call for the ref. Leif Johnson got a little tripped up. I think Evan Kalipek will take that kick. There's a difference between two kicks. There's a direct kick and there's an indirect kick, and one of them you have to touch the ball at least once in order for you to score, and the other you can just touch it once and then score, but you have to touch it at least 2 times in order to score for a direct. And that's something that I think a lot of the boys and girls have issues with. And that ball will try to be in the goal, but I think it's just a little too much power and just a little long and left. Looks like Ryan Sauter will take that kick, and he's trying to motion to his players to get further wide so they can try and get the ball down the field. But Olathe Northwest will take that away. Caleb Ragland in the middle. Can't tell who's on the right side. Cross in the middle, but it just gets blocked by Olathe West. Leif Johnson with a kick, and it looks like Ryan Sauter will get that.
Another nice save. We've had so many shots on goal so far.
Looks like we got about 7 minutes left in this half. ONW 1-0.
West is Rube.
Sam Cashin with the header. Now off to Leif Johnson. Now back to, looks like Grant Gertson. Trying to get a cross in the middle. Fakes off Olathe West. Cross in the middle to Chase Klusman. And it is, looks like it'll be a corner for ONW.
Grant Gertson with the Raven corner.
Grant Gertson with another corner. This is a great this is another great opportunity for Northwest to try and get something in. The ref is adjusting the flag on the end of the corner. Doesn't look like Grant Gertson is too thrilled about that one. Great kick off to Sam Cashman, trying to get a header. And that was a high kick from Olathe West. That should be an Olathe Northwest ball. He really threw his legs up into the air. Might have looked like he pulled a muscle.
Looked like Kolopek just kind of stood there. The West player kind of went over him.
Didn't look like much for Olathe Northwest, but Leif Johnson with the ball, looked like he was trying to pass it over to the right wing. Now Grant Gertson has the ball, and he tries to get a low shot into the goal, but Sauter will take that.
Always remember that top pink part of your screen is covered by scoreboard. Do the TriCaster.
Now Grant Gertson in the middle,
Oh,
tries to get something to Chase Klusman. That was a great opportunity for Klusman, but he is just a little too much power on that kick for him to get there.
Man, but talk about fancy footwork. That would have been a gem if he had been able to score on that one.
That would have been an awesome play. Looks like a substitution for Olathe Northwest.
Yeah, I told him to watch. What's he think so? Huh? He's watching?
It looks like Ryan Kickbush will take the throw in on the other side. Ryan Kickbush with the ball into the middle, trying to get something going. Now it's back to Olathe West. Oh, they have a great opportunity trying to get this. Nobody's on the right side of the wing. They needed to shift over just a little bit more, and they'd be in for a great opportunity.
It's about the furthest they've gotten down on this side of the field.
And it looks like it'll be a goal kick for ONW. John Lindsay trying to get his team, wait for his team to get settled. Gets his ball to Caleb Ragland in the middle. Now outside to David Heptig. Now back to Zane Kalopek. Trying to look for somebody who's open. Now back to Grant Gertson. Fancy footwork. Oh, and he's just out of bounds. But it'll keep it at Olathe Northwest ball.
Oh, it's West Bowl.
Oh, I'm mistaken. It is West ball. But now,
Better be careful, you might steal Graham's job.
and it'll be throw in for Olathe West.
Just trying to take Graham's job.
And it'll be another Olathe West ball. Looks like Zane Kalbeck will head that out of the.
That one got up in the bleachers.
Oh. Caleb Ragland crossed into the middle to Leif Johnson. Now he's going to go to the right wing. Great pass over the right side. Tries to get a cross in, and Caleb Ragland gets the goal. Great give and go by all of those players who tried to get that going. That was a great play by Olathe Northwest.
Finally got that second goal. They had a lot of close calls.
Definitely, they had a lot of great opportunities.
Ragland's able to put that one in.
Looks like just less than 3 minutes are left on the clock.
8th minute, number 10, Caleb Ragland.
That goal. Go ahead.
Ragland's had quite a few goals this season against Blue Valley North. He had 2 goals and an assist, and then another goal, and then 2 goals against Turner. So he's been a pretty big scorer for them so far.
And then again, if you're just starting to watch, Chase Klusman had a goal in the about the 8th minute of the game, and it was a pretty good goal. And now Caleb Ragland just scored a second goal, and we are just 2.5 minutes out from the halftime. And it looks like Ryan Kickbush will take a throw in on their defensive end to Evan Kalpek, now to Zane, his brother. Now up into the midfield. Oh, but Olathe West has caught back possession. Now a huge kick up the field, but that'll get out to Zane Kalpek. Now Leif Johnson. Eric Cooksey with possession. I think Eric Cooksey does a really good job of trying to gain possession of the ball and trying to look up and see where his options are to pass it to any other player. Chase Klusman on the run, trying to get across into the box. Almost out of bounds. Grant Gertzen, I think, just got another goal.
Beautiful shot. I don't even know if he meant to hit it in that corner of the goal, but he was able to get it in there. Looked like it might have been right through the legs of the Olathe West defender.
That was in about a minute and 50 mark left in the game. I have a feeling this game will be a high-scoring game for Olathe Northwest. So Olathe West needs to get something going. They've got some tough shoes to fill in order to beat this Olathe Northwest team.
We saw a little bit of the JV game before this one, and Olathe Northwest beat up on them pretty bad. They scored 7 goals in the first half, and that was all they scored. Let up on West.
Chase Klusman almost gets to the ball, but he falls just a little bit short. I think he might be getting a little tired again. Looks like Leif Johnson has the ball on the right side now, and it looks like Olathe West kicks that out, and it'll be Olathe Northwest throw in. Ryan Kickbush trying to get that cross into the middle, and Braden Beard is just wide and left for a header into the goal, but he's just wide and left. It's a good opportunity again. Looks less than a minute from the game. Olathe Northwest has the ball again, and it looks like Caleb Ragland tries to save it into the middle, but he's caught up by the goalie, Ryan Sauter. 30 seconds left in the game. Or left in the first half, excuse me.
Ooh.
That was some pretty physical activity from Grant Gertzen, but it'll be Olathe Northwest ball. It'll be a throw-in by David Heptig. That was a nice give and go from Chase Klusman and Grant Gertzen, but I think that ball is out of bounds, and it'll be Olathe West ball, but the halftime will come to an end.
2-1, and that is the end of the first half.
All right, we are going to go to some advertising and our Olathe Northwest news show, so we'll be back in a bit.
Dear you, I don't want to live with you.
You are not my mom. You are not my dad. I don't want you to show me life isn't all bad. I don't want you to show me what it means to be a family.
I don't want you to give me hope.
I don't want any of it.
But I need all of it.
Kids throughout Kansas are in need of a temporary place to call home. Go to fosterkskids.org for all the information you'll need to make a difference in the life of a child. Start your journey today.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right Right Truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
Hello Ravens, welcome back to ONW Now. I'm Jacob Guernsey.
And I'm Ainsley Heisey. After Colin Kaepernick initially kneeled for the national anthem in August of 2016, he sparked a national debate over whether or not kneeling is disrespectful. Rowan Stanley sat down with a few football players at Northwest to get their opinion.
In light of the recent national anthem protests, different students at Northwest have varying opinions on how it should be dealt with.
I think it's kind of their opinion or how they stand with what's happening in America like today. Like, some people are fine with it and don't have any problems, or some other people, like, they see different things or they've experienced different things and they want to change it for the better.
But on the other hand, some students think it's disrespectful to kneel for the anthem.
When the professional athletes kneel during the national anthem, I can understand their opinion, but then again, I think that it's not right because of what America stands for, and that football is like America's sport.
Despite its unpopularity, Drew Dumas doesn't think that the coaching staff would have a problem if it were to happen at Northwest.
Oh, he would be pretty much cool with it. He models us like to make our own choices and stuff like that, for the better or for the worse, and he'd be pretty like family friendly with that.
Baseball teams from all over Kansas City joined together to raise money for an organization close to their hearts. Let's throw it to Addison Smith and Sarah Miguel for this heartwarming story.
On August 7, 2016, the Kansas City Mudcats baseball team lost a ball, and the Kansas City Mudcats wanted to remember Caleb in more ways than just one.
Something unique my team did this weekend was we all wore the number 3 to honor Caleb.
Because what Caleb was really interested in was seeing people have fun, smiling, having a good time playing sports.
For Sarah Miguel, this has been Addison Smith.
Now let's send it over to our sports team to give us the latest on Raven athletics.
Hello Ravens, and welcome to this week's Game Day Northwest. I'm Landon Daniel alongside Molly Howell. After a tough loss against Goddard, the Raven football team faced off against Olathe South on September 8th, looking for their first win of the season. Raven Nation was out in full force in their neon tonight, as Braden Cook gives the pitch to senior running back John Bowman as he rumbles down into the 10-yard line. John Bowman gets the next play, and he forces it in for 7, and that gives the Ravens the lead early. However, defense was on show tonight as the quarterback for South fumbles the ball and then gets sacked by Luke Wellman and Jack Parks, and then junior Cole Manning gets his first career varsity interception. It was not enough, however, as South did end up winning the game off of this run, 21-7, in a Ravens loss. It has been a week since the men played due to a cancellation of a game on Friday. On Tuesday, however, the Raven men's soccer team battled Olathe South. First half running down the field, the Ravens steal the ball and hit Grant Gertzen with a dime on the way down in stride as he turns and puts it in for the first goal of the game. For the second goal, Chase Klusman, driving through the defense, puts it right in past the goalkeeper for the second goal of the match. For the next score of the game, the Ravens draw the penalty inside the box, which earns them a PK that junior Chase Klusman puts in for his second goal of the game.
The Lady Raven golf team played at Indian Hills Country Club on Monday. They competed against some tough competition at the tournament. Hole 14, Julia Klein. She drives the ball in the fairway and chips it up the green. Way to go, Julia. She finished with a nice 4. On the same hole, senior leader Rosie Klausner drives the ball hard onto the green to finish with a nice par. The ladies ended up taking 4th as a team, and Rosie Klausner tied for 2nd with a score of 78. On Monday, September 11th, the Lady Ravens tennis team had matches against all of the Olathe schools in the Olathe Invitational. We had a huge turnout for the 5 Olathe schools that came together. Fans from all of the schools made an appearance to support their lady tennis teams. Senior Kristen Knipp and sophomore Mallory Brown showed up ready to dominate in their doubles. Great matches, ladies. Overall, the ladies had an exponential night with dominance over Olathe West and Olathe North.
Next, we'll introduce our first Game Day Player of the Week, John Lindsay. Let's send it over to Jack Clayton for more.
This week's Game Day Player of the Week is John Lindsay, the sophomore goalkeeper for Olathe Northwest, who's found success early in his career.
I feel like I've done pretty well for my first 5 starts and given up 3 goals in 5 games, which is pretty good, but I'm working to get better each and every day.
After a solid start to the season, Lindsay has high hopes for his team.
We have 3 wins and 2 ties. Our ties going against Olathe East and Park Hill South. Obviously, we'd like to get to the state tournament and bring home the first men's state championship.
Despite stepping into an important role, Lindsay doesn't struggle with the pressure.
I just try to simplify the objective as much as I can, which is just to keep the ball out of the net. And I think the back line does a tremendous job of defending, so I just have trust in my teammates.
However, he still has goals for the remainder of the season.
This year, I'd really like just to develop and to get as good as I can get, and anything that comes along the way is icing on the cake.
That's it for Game Day. Let's send it back to the desk.
With homecoming quickly approaching, here's what you can expect to see next week. From spirit days every day to parties at night, students are anticipating a fun week ahead. Attendance at these events is not required, but if you'll miss it, you'll regret it. Also remember to participate in the spirit days every day.
Monday we have our opening assembly. Tuesday there's a grill out in the cafeteria. On Wednesday we have powder puff in the bonfire. Thursday is underclassmen voting. We have the parade and open mic night that night. And then Friday is the closing assembly, king and queen voting, which is for all grades. And then the homecoming game that night with coronation at halftime.
Get ready to have a great week, Ravens.
This fall, Olathe Northwest opened its doors for its 14th year of operation, and Raven pride appears to be at an all-time high. Lena Saturn walked the halls of ONW to see who really knows the history of our beloved Olathe Northwest.
How long has ONW been open? 8 years, 7 years?
I think it's 14 years, isn't it?
Who was the principal before Zach? The blonde girl. What's her name? Oh, Pod? Pod. Dr. Pod.
Oh, Miss Paz.
We had another principal? Yeah. Dr. Boss. How many professional players have graduated from ONW? 17. 2. Who has more hair, Coach Mahoney or Coach Graham?
Probably Graham.
Graham, I think.
I'm feeling the Mahone dog.
Mahoney.
Graham.
How many boys state championships have we won? 3. 5. Okay. 1.
3?
-7. Not many. 0.
That's 0.
How does Rick Setter answer the phone?
He picks it up real aggressive and just goes, Rick Setter!
Rick Setter.
Rick Setter.
It's Rick Setter.
Do you know the first 5 words to our alma mater?
Our alma mater, steadfast, true.
I actually cannot answer that.
Our alma mater, steadfast, true to all who enter here. Our alma mater, steadfast, true.
Our alma mater, steadfast, true.
Just 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that wraps up everything we have for you this week, Ravens.
Be sure to follow us on Snapchat at ONW Now and on Twitter at ONW_Raven Daily to stay up to date with the latest in Northwest news.
For Ainsley Heisey and the rest of the Convergence team, I'm Jacob Kearnsey. We'll see you next week.
Welcome back to the College Boulevard Activity Center. I'm Ben Whitney alongside Rosie Klausner. So far, Olathe Northwest has pretty much controlled the momentum in this game. They've had many more shots on goal, and they have 3 goals so far. Olathe West hasn't scored yet.
Olathe West has a lot of steps to fill and shoes to fill in this second half. I think their defense will get a little tired and eventually won't have enough juice to try and defend Olathe Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Braden Beard with the ball. Now after Leif Johnson, back to Eric Cooksey. Now to Caleb Ragland. Now off to Caleb Ragland again, trying to get something in the goal.
Tilt up a little bit, Haley. Wow. Tilt up a little bit. You're coaching so hard, you're coughing.
Now it looks like Olathe West with possession now. Number 8, Efrain Baeza Jasso just got the ball, but I think he passed it off.
Johnson with it now. Brings it down to Brock Baker.
Trying to get across in the middle. Excuse me, across. I think it'll be an Olathe Northwest throw in. Yes. Sam Cashman will throw that in. I think this is an opportunity for a goal. Header into the goal, and Olathe West will take that.
Right over. That was Eric Cooksey with that shot.
Looks it'll be Ryan Sauter to take that goal kick. Off to Cameron Denton on the defensive line. Back to his goalie. Back to Cameron Denton. Now off to Angel Sanchez. I'm sorry, Angel Sanchez.
Ragland tried to keep it in there. A little late.
Looks like number 2, Abel and Bessie will take that kick for Olathe West. I'm sorry, Abel.
So we've got 92 views on Facebook, and on YouTube we have 6. Just kidding. We have 6. We have 6 viewers? Good. No, but with the 2 we have 100. Some people are watching on Facebook, some people are watching maybe those 6 people are like ESPN representatives.
Leif Johnson trying to battle it out in the middle. Now Chase Klusman trying to battle it out. Olathe West will regain possession. Then Olathe Northwest ball again. Now Sam Cashman on the left side with the ball. And he'll kick it just out of bounds. And it'll be Olathe. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be Olathe Northwest throw in. Chase Klusman, but Olathe West will kick it up in the air. Oh, 2 players are down. No call.
Ooh.
Another Olathe Northwest player down. Chase Klusman dribbling inside in the middle. It looks like Brock Baker will just be short of that. It kind of looks like the Olathe Northwest team looks a lot bigger and stronger than the Olathe West team. Now cross it. Oh, was that off? I think that was an offsides. Yes. That would have been a great goal for ONW.
Mm-hmm. Bit more distance between themselves and West.
It's really hard to figure out where the defensive line is, where when somebody's passing the ball and somebody's trying to get it up to another player, it's basically a sprint on sprint to see who's the fastest one to try and get it into the goal and get something, get a shot in.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like number 5, Cameron Denton with the ball again. Now off to Abel and Bessie. That'll be out of bounds, and I think it'll be Olathe West ball. And Bessie with the throw in. Now Evan Kalapek is going to kick it way up into the bleachers. I think the crowd is running towards that ball to try and get it.
They got it up to like the top row.
Leif Johnson with a kick up into the middle of the field. Now Chase Klusman trying to run the ball down. Now get a cross off to the middle, but it'll be stopped by Olathe West.
There's just nowhere to go there. Had some good speed, able to get around the West players, but had no one up there to pass it off to.
Looks like it'll be Sam Cashman with the throw in on the other side. You know, he really likes to throw the ball far into the field and trying to get a good play going. Looks like Brock Baker on the attempt to shoot a goal, but it looks like and Bessie will stop him, and Ryan Sutter will take that away. Now it looks like Braden Beard has some footwork skills going on. Off to Eric Cooksey. Eric Cooksey still has the ball, dribbling around a Olathe West defender. Olathe West has high pressure now in this game. Off to Sam Cashman. And he is almost out of bounds, and he will try and get across into the middle, and an Olathe West defender will try and get that out. Oh, Brock Baker. Oh, and almost across. The goalie was way out of the. Oh, I think it might have been a penalty.
Yeah, on Brock Baker.
Yes.
Give a little shove to that West player there.
I don't blame him. You got to be physical and aggressive with this. Both teams, they have to be physical and aggressive to try and win balls.
Oh.
Ooh, that was a great attempt to try and fake the Olathe West player out by, let's see, Dylan Cooper. Yeah. Brock Baker. Now Eric Cooksey. Now off to Caleb Ragland in the middle of the field. Now to Chase Klusman. Back to Eric Cooksey. That was a great give and go by Klusman. If he can get this cross into the middle and somebody can get a shot on it. And I think Leif Johnson just didn't have enough power on that one. Olathe West on the other side. Olathe Northwest is winning a lot of these one-on-one matchups, and it's been tough for them to try and win any balls. Zane Kalapek on the midfield. Off to Chase Klusman, but he cannot get that settled. Oh, and it looks like Zane Kalapek now off to maybe Braden Beard. Now to Chase Klusman. Oh, and now it looks like a good run for Olathe Northwest if they can get a cross off to the middle. Oh, and it might have looked like an Olathe West player almost got it into the goal, but it'll be an Olathe Northwest corner kick. That'll be Caleb Ragland to take that one.
They're bringing hot dogs over to the Olathe West kids. They're giving out free hot dogs.
Oh yeah, look at that. They have free hot dogs down there for the Olathe West student. How come ONW doesn't get any?
Yeah, that's they've never done that before for Olathe. Are they free or are they paying for it?
I don't know. Yeah, well, it looks like, because I know those people are down in the concession stands. Looks like they're just bringing them over for him. Hey, bring some up here.
Yeah, we would like some.
I'll get some. Somebody go down there and tell them we want some hot dogs.
And let's see. I can't tell what's going on. It looks like a free kick for Olathe Northwest, and it looks like maybe Sam Cashman or Evan Kalibek might be taking that. No, it's Sam Cashman. Oh,
nice.
Evan Kalibek with the goal, with a nice two-touch into the goal in about the 11th minute of the second half. It'll be 4-0 Olathe Northwest.
That was a beautiful finish by Evan Kalibek.
And it all comes back to assists and the player trying to set him up for that goal. And I think that might have been Chase Klusman setting him up, and he did a really great job of that. Looks like Evan Kalibek has not had very many goals this season. Looks like only one when they played Blue Valley North. And not very many assists either.
He's a very strong defensive player. He's definitely one of those players that whenever you watch ONW soccer, you want to look out for him. Because he's back there, will be making some good plays.
He's a great leader on the team, and he does a really great job of helping Olathe Northwest and Coach Graham settle their players. It looks like Olathe West has possession. Now off to Abel and Bessie. Back to Cameron Denton. It'll be just out of bounds, and Bessie will take that throw in. Up into the air. Looks like Leif Johnson trying to get something going. Now Grant Gertzen. No, I'm sorry. That was Dylan Cooper. And a huge kickoff to the end of the field, and it looks like the goalie for Olathe West, Ryan Sauter, will take that away from Chase Klusman's opportunity. It'll be Olathe West goal kick.
Klusman's having a discussion with the official.
He must have disagreed with the shielding from the Olathe West goalkeeper, or maybe he's talking to the Olathe West player Cameron Denton. Maybe he disagreed with the call or something. Now Chase Klusman putting high pressure on their defense. Now off to Caleb Ragland with some fancy footwork. And an Olathe West defender will run right into Caleb Ragland, and Cameron Denton will give him a pat on the back. And it looks like the ref is discussing, and it does not look like a foul on that play. I'm impressed that Ryan Sauter, a freshman on the for Olathe West, their goalie, is doing a really good job of leading his team and trying to get everybody settled throughout the game. It'll be Olathe West goal kick. Olathe Northwest is doing I think, a great job of trying to fake all these Olathe West players out. Now Chase Klusman off into the middle, but it'll be back to Olathe West. I think Klusman might be getting a little tired and running out of energy, but it's only, let's see, not very far into the second half.
14 minutes in.
Sam Cashman with a kick into the middle. Looks like Brock Baker tried to get that in, but Olathe West possession. Open. It looks like Dylan Cooper tried to get that ball, but now Evan Kalibek with possession. Back to Zane, his brother. Now onto the other side, Sam Cashman. Tried to get something off to Leif Johnson, but Olathe West will just get to that ball before him. Looks like David Heptig will take that throw in. Chase Klusman will try and head the ball, but he'll try and take a kick, but it's too far wide, just on the right side. Looks like Cameron Denton will have that ball. Trying to look for some players to give him some options. Now back to Olathe Northwest, Brock Baker, and that'll be Olathe West throw-in. Looks like Abel and Bessie will take that. But it might have looked like Dylan Cooper was arguing with the ref about the throw-in. Not really sure.
Didn't really argue. He just kind of grabbed it out of Abel's hands, like, hey, I'm going to throw this in. But
and it looks like the ref is explaining to the Olathe West player about some, I'm not really sure what he's explaining, but it looks like Evan Kalipek will take that throw in. Oh, I'm sorry, a kick. Now off to Caleb Ragland. And he'll take a shot on goal, but he'll be just left and just too high. Ben, do you think Chase Klusman will get more goals or Caleb Ragland? Or who do you think is going to get the most goals out of this season for Olathe Northwest?
Well, looking at the stats so far, it looks like Chase has more goals than Caleb, so I'm guessing they're going to continue with that trend. But both of them are some of the higher scorers for this team, so I think both of them by the end of the season are going to have quite a few.
It looks like it'll be a throw-in. David Heptig is Chris Graham will talk to him and tell him what to do, but it'll be another throw-in for Olathe Northwest. And David Heptig will take another one. Greg Gertzen on the left side. They really needed to get that ball onto the ground. They're kicking it up in the air. Chase Klusman with a header. Trying to get something to Brock Baker. Now it looks like Bryce Rogers. Oh, now back to Chase Klusman. Nope, now it's Olathe West. Oh, nope, it's Dylan Cooper tried to get that off in the middle, and Chase Klusman almost gets something going. And just intimidates that goalie.
Wait, for a second, he's going to try to put a kick up in his face. Thought a little better about that. I was like, probably not a good idea.
It almost looked like he was trying to kick the ball out of his hands. And I don't think you can do that. Now we got Cameron Denton on for Olathe West. Passes it back to their goalie, but Chase Klusman trying to put some pressure.
We've seen Klusman all night putting some pressure up on that front side, so.
And it looks like Ryan Kickbush will come in for Dylan Cooper on the right side for Olathe Northwest. And Brock Baker will sub out, and it looks like Braden Beard will come in.
Looks like that's Kickbush down there.
Taking the throw in, yes. It'll be in the middle to now off to Bryce Rogers. Trying to battle it out. He's getting kind of stumbled throughout this West defense. So is Ryan Kickbush trying to have some physical activity, and that could have been a great opportunity for somebody to try and get a one-touch and in on a goal. Chase Klusman with a rainbow kick, but he cannot get that to work. Now a pass back to the goalie for Olathe West. Ryan Sauter.
Oh.
Oh, now a great steal from, I think that was, let's see, Grant Gertson? Yeah, I think that was Grant Gertson with a great shot into the goal. ONW up 5, Olathe West down 5.
Well, looks like West just got a little lazy there. Kicked it out, and Gertson came out of nowhere to steal that pass.
Olathe West is kind of looking a little tired and worn down. How many goals do you think that Olathe West is going to get?
I mean, honestly, I'd be surprised if they got a goal with the way that the game's gone so far.
You think Olathe Northwest will get any more goals?
I wouldn't be surprised if they got 1 or 2 more. But West has just had a big problem getting the ball down. I mean, I haven't seen them down on their side of the field that much this half at all. So it's been mostly an ONW show here this second half.
John Lindsay has not done much this the second half of the first half, and not done much this second half. Now Grant Gertson will pass it off to Zane Kalapek. Gets it up the field, trying to get it to David Heptig on the wing. And I think it'll be Olathe West throw in. Do you think that Olathe Northwest or Olathe West could have a chance at winning the league, Sunflower League, or win regionals or state this year? Do you think they'll have a good chance?
I think ONW especially will have a very good chance. I mean, so far throughout this season, they've done very, very well. Winning 4 games, they haven't even lost any, and have tied twice. And kind of early to tell at this point, but if you put another win for this game, then they're going to be 5 wins, no losses, and 2 ties. And West looks like they might drop to 2 and 3. So I think ONW definitely has a much better chance. I mean, we have seen over the past couple of years that they're a very capable team of making it far in the tournament. I think with the way that the 2 divisions are set up this season, I think they'll have a really good chance at least playing in that league championship and then maybe clinching that league championship. So it'll be exciting to see what happens throughout the rest of the season.
And Evan Kalapek in the middle tries to get something to Braden Beard, and I think he might get it in. Yeah, Braden Beard will get a tough bounce from the turf, and it'll go in, and that'll be in about the 62nd minute of the game. It'll be 6-0 Olathe Northwest. I think Olathe West is getting a little bit tired and almost not giving up, but getting kind of lazy with it.
Yeah, I think West is just getting tired at this point. Defense is starting to break down. We've seen 2 quick goals from ONW.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go 10-0 against Olathe West. Looks like number 3 is battling it out between number 3 on Olathe West. Henry Kerno is trying to battle it out between David Gertson, brother of Grant Gertson. Now pass off to Ryan Kickbush from Bryce Rogers. Now Ryan Kickbush really putting some pressure up on Olathe West. Grant Gertson trying to get a shot onto the goal. And Olathe West almost scored a goal on themselves, trying to save that.
Yeah, that was very close to being an own goal.
There's times that'll happen when you will score on your own team's goal, and it's just hard to come back from that. It's just kind of a confidence not booster, but it's not a confidence
takes away
booster.
A lot of confidence. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think in that situation he thought Sauter was going to be right there, but he was just barely able to make it over in time to stop that from being a known goal.
Yeah, it looks like David Gertson will take that corner. Looks like we have some subs in. in on the offense. Looks like Evan Kalpik might be up there on the offense. Nope, he's playing defense. I'm sorry. But he's always up there, trying to score. He's always trying to get a chance to score.
Yeah, he's quick too, so he can make it around the field pretty quick, so he can pretty much go wherever he wants to go.
Looks like it'll be an Olathe Northwest throw-in by David Heptig. Right, Kickbush in the middle of the field. Tries to get a shot on goal, and it was a great save by Ryan Sauter.
That's 2 saves in about 2 minutes.
He's had a tough game so far, but I think he's made some also really great saves to try and keep Olathe Northwest from scoring.
Davis Gertson has it now.
Now back to Olathe West, and it looks like number 9, Ulysses Ibarra, kicks that up into the middle of the field. Now back to Evan Kalapek, Olathe Northwest possession, back to Ryan Kickbush. He's going to cross this over to, it looks like Grant Gertson. He'll be stumbled by an Olathe West defender, and he'll pass it back to Zane Kalapek. Now to Evan Kalapek. Back to his brother Zane. Trying to control possession. Now off to Grant Gertson. He's got to get a cross to an Olathe West defender. Abel and Bessie. That was great battle between Olathe West and Olathe Northwest. Now off to Ryan Kickbush, back to Bryce Rogers, but Olathe West will just get to that ball before them. Ryan Kickbush to cross it over to the other side. And Grant Gertson will try and get a shot on goal, but I think that was too easy for Ryan Sauter.
The 2 mascots down here having some fun. I think the Raven just dabbed on the owl. They got a little group down there watching them.
I think they're having a duel. I think that Olathe Northwest and Olathe West will have a huge rivalry over the next few years, and it'll be a great game for any sport to watch between Olathe Northwest and Olathe West.
And as West gets older, I think we'll see some stronger teams coming out. Not that they don't have strong teams already. I mean, you look at their football team, they beat up on ONW earlier this season, so they already have some pretty strong teams, but they have some teams that are just with younger players. So once they gain that experience and they're around for a couple more years, I think we'll see some really good teams from them. I know basketball, there's going to be a varsity basketball game between ONW and Olathe West. That's going to be a pretty exciting game to watch. So I think it will turn into a really good rivalry between these 2 schools.
Olathe Northwest had a really great season for both girls and boys basketball last season. They both made it to state in Wichita, and they did a really great job in the season. And it was just a really exciting games for both girls and boys to watch on the sidelines.
It was the first time that the boys team has made it to state in school history, so that was pretty special for those guys to be able to do that.
And it looks like Olathe West has a corner for the first time this half.
And maybe we'll see a goal.
Oh. And it looks like a pass off between Olathe West, but it looks like Zane Kalapek will dribble down the field, and he'll get a really large lead. And it looks like Grant Gertson in the middle. Pass it off to Grant Gertson. Back off to Zane Kalapek, trying to get into the middle. And it'll be just too much speed for him to try and get that in.
Like he might have been able to get to that ball, but he decided to back off from it. Would have been close.
Referee calls in this game, especially in the first half.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, not really seen any bias toward either side, really.
It looks like the Olathe West mascot and the Olathe Northwest Raven are having a one-legged race, I think. It looks like Olathe Northwest is pulling into the lead. And he's skipping off the field.
Oh, he's cheating.
Now Evan Kalapek has the ball. off to number 23, Noah Hockenberger, in the first time, I think, for this game. I think Coach Graham is getting some subs in to try and rest his other players.
Yeah, get some fresh players in there now.
I think these starters are trying to, they need to save up some energy because I know they've got some big games coming up.
Yeah, they're playing, let's see, Leavenworth after this game, then they're playing Gardner Edgerton, so both teams in their division in the Sunflower League, so those are big games. And they'll face off.
Oh, and almost a save. Ryan Kickbush with a throw in now. Braden Beard in the middle. Off to number 21, Matthew Dodds. Now onto the other side. Fancy footwork. And I think it'll be a penalty on Olathe West, and it'll be an Olathe Northwest free kick. There's been a lot of physical activity, I think, in this game, and the refs haven't been paying much attention to it. I can't tell who's taking that kick.
ONW student section is getting excited over there. I would too. We're up 6-0.
Olathe Northwest kicks it into the middle of the box, and Ryan Kickbush is just, he was almost there to try and get a one-touch and in on that goal. Looks like number 8 for Olathe West, Efrain Baeza Jasso just took that ball, but now it looks like Bryce Rogers has the ball for Olathe Northwest, gets a shot on goal, but Ryan Sauter will stop that. Pretty good save from him. Left in this game, and Olathe Northwest has had some good. Matthew Dodds with trying to battle it out between Olathe West. Now with Hockenberger. Now Ryan Kickbush trying to do some fancy footwork to. Oh, now he'll cross it over onto the left side, and it looks like Brock Baker will just fall down and slip, and that was a great save by Ryan Sauter. We haven't seen much defensive skills from John Lindsay on this second half. He's been pretty quiet down there, and he's as he moves out of the box, about to the 15-yard line.
I'm not being negative. It's just, gee, I wonder if we get the hot dogs again. Listen, who gets the hot dogs? Get Listen to bring us hot dogs. Right there.
It looks like there's free hot dogs in the stands, and they're trying to get free hot dogs down there. The concessions look like they're free hot dogs.
Yeah, I want some free hot dogs, man. About 6.5 left in the game now. Man, I really want a hot dog. That's really good, especially if it's free. If I get free food, hit me up.
That's always a plus. Evan Kalapek at the top of the circle on the defensive side.
I bet these starters that have been in here for so long probably could take a hot dog too.
I think his backline starters should probably be pulled. I think that they need a break, considering they're up 6-0. I think Chris Graham needs to pull pull a lot of these guys. Looks like Olathe West possession now. Now it looks like Bryce Rogers is in the middle, and pass off to the right side, and Noah Hockenberger Austin to the middle, and that pass from him is blocked. Now he's battling it out between Efrain Baeza Jasso, but Noah just can't get it going. I'm sorry, Noah Hockenberger cannot get it going.
Okay, so when the game ends, we still have
Looks like Dylan Cooper's trying to battle it out, but it'll be Olathe West throwing. Just under 5 minutes left in this game, and Olathe West is really trying to work hard. It looks like Olathe West ball now, and they'll be about just at the 15, 20-yard line, maybe 25-yard line in the throw-in.
West just can't keep that ball down there long enough to get a good shot on the goal.
Looks like it'll be a fast break for Brock Baker, but he'll be blocked, shielded off by Olathe West defender.
That wasn't negative, that was just observation.
Abel and Bessie will take the throw in. Kind of looks like Olathe West is getting a little confidence D-booster now. And an offsides call will be on the field for Olathe West. Looks like Sam Cashman will have the ball and passed off to who was that?
12.
Braden Beard. Yeah, that's who it was.
Okay, so I still haven't figured out why West has a pirate flag. Is it because that's what their theme is? They're dressing up as pirates.
Their theme is it looks like Hawaiian out maybe. They have a pirate flag.
A lot of pirates in Hawaii, I guess.
Is that Novacek too, or is it?
Oh goodness! All right, now it looks like Bryce Rogers got a little tripped up in the middle. Oh, Zane Kalipek gets pushed. Now Bryce Rogers just got tripped, and it'll be Olathe Northwest kick.
That's enough for a penalty. Haven't seen a lot of calls, but that one was big enough.
Looks like Evan Kalipek trying to get his players to push up.
I think he still wants another goal.
Eyes to the goal.
Man.
And that was almost a great
side, so it looked like the West players turned their attention to him, but he actually passed it up to Beard, and he had a pretty good look. Wasn't quite able to put it in.
We got about less than a minute and a half left in this game. Now it looks like Olathe Northwest throw in. Now that'll be Matthew Dodds in the middle of the field. And now it looks like, let's see. That was a physical activity between Dylan Cooper and Olathe West defender. And that'll be just out of bounds, and it'll be Olathe Northwest throw in with just about 35 seconds left in this game. Evan Kalipek going to take his time. Things are kind of slowing down in this game. Olathe Northwest has done a really great job of trying to get some goals in this game, and Chase Klusman has really done a great job of trying to motion to his players, and also Evan Kalipek also.
We've seen a lot of shots on goal from ONW, so they have been really testing Souter this entire game. So, and Souter's had some good saves too. So I mean, we could be looking at 10-0. I mean, if he hadn't made some really good saves. So overall, a good game from him. And that's it. Olathe Northwest scores 6 goals. West doesn't get any on the board tonight. West, that was a really solid game for the Ravens. Again, a lot of shots on goal. was really testing Olathe West the entire game and had it down on their side of the field for a good amount of the game, and West just couldn't get things going offensively. So that'll do us for here. Do it for us here at the College Boulevard Activities Center. For Rosie Klausner, I'm Ben Whitney. Thanks for joining us.
Dear you, I don't want to live with you. You are not my mom. You are not my dad. I don't want you to show me life isn't all bad. I don't want you to show me what it means to be a family.
I don't want you to give me hope.
I don't want any of it.
But I need all of it.
Kids throughout Kansas are in need of a temporary place to call home. Go to fosterkskids.org for all the information you'll need to make a difference in the life of a child. Start your journey today.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on. With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Dear you, I don't want to live with you.
You are not my mom. You are not my dad. I don't want you to show me life isn't all bad. I don't want you to show me what it means to be a family.
I don't want you to give me hope.
I don't want any of it.
Make a difference in the life of a child. Start your journey today.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.